She started with the press right after school. 30 years later, the owner was dying and forced to sell out. 9 months after that, Jane found herself sitting in the periodicals room of the library, reading out-of-date trade journals and dreaming of rescue. Call center, here I come. Tossing a journal to the table, Jane was surprised to spot a child's picture book. It was a book of folk tales about a character called Baba Yaga. Mysterious helper to some, dangerous monster to others. The face you see depends on the pureness of your heart. For a moment, the whole library fell completely silent. Baba Yaga, I don't know if my heart is pure, but it is growing old, and I am afraid. Help me? The sudden return of sound was like a splash of cold water. I forgot my book. We weren't in here. The book went with the girl. Underneath was a miracle, a brand new publisher's journal. In 1 week, she had an interview. In another week, she had a job. It was a publisher of textbooks, and they needed an editor. This was her first new job in over 20 years. She was their first new hire in over 5 years. What followed was a week of nightmarish novelty. Jane kept her nerve till after 5 on Friday. Standing on a corner, fumbling with her bus pass, she watched it hit the ground. Damn, damn, damn! Feeling numb, she found herself simply staring at the thing. First week at a new job? All week, the homeless man had sat on his milk crate, leaning against the building, watching her come and go. First start in a long time, she admitted. They're lucky to have you. Are they? You think they'd got the same quality of work out of a kid? You're right. I can do this. I guess I just needed someone else to say it. That's the spirit. Thanks. She glanced up the block. Maybe a sandwich. 20 minutes later, she was stopping at the corner with a coffee and a paper bag holding a muffin. He was leaning against the building asleep. The box was empty the next week, and the week after that. In October, this changed. There was a woman. She wore a long dress, shapeless leather boots, and kept away the cold with a dozen different types of shawl. Jane stood on the corner and got her bus pass out, waiting for the light. Good begets good. Jane turned reluctantly toward the woman. Pardon? It's an old saying. Makes sense, I guess. Makes miracles. What? Not long ago, an old dying man was told his advice was valued. It reminded him he was a man. The next day, a child ran into the road. He leapt out after the child and died a hero. Oh my. It's funny, you remind me of a character in a storybook. The old woman laughed, and for a moment Jane heard the echo of an elemental power. A lost soul is a hero and a child is alive. Good story. You're part of it. Needs a moral. He who saves one life saves the world entire. I didn't save anyone. Didn't you?